Because despite the fact that this encounter was recorded, a lot of people are still following the way of Satan in the name of serving God. And a lot of people are doing a lot of foolish things, not knowing that God is in it. First of all, when we read about the encounter with this woman, please, gospel, don't forget asking the question part of this. You cannot reason with somebody if you cannot ask the person about that. Yes, right of which is scripture that then it's no more God, is becoming a narcissist. It's becoming a terror. That's why I cannot ask questions. Before it's too late for you, better get out. That you cannot ask questions.
Before it's too late, I better get out.
One of the problems we have in this world, we think life is about prayer. We think life is about salvation. But I want to tell you, God's people, life is beyond that. Life is about the truth. Life is about God, and God is truth. An example of that. Are we in John's Gospel chapter 4, please? John's Gospel chapter 4, are we there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In John's Gospel chapter 4, we saw an encounter with Christ when he was on earth in the flesh, as he was known as Jesus in modern world. In verse 7, he said, "There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her," I'm reading from the King James Version. Jesus said unto her, "Give me to drink." Because his disciples has gone to buy what?
To buy meat.
When he says meat, he was actually to buy food. And that should tell you that Christ ate.
Yes.
All of you that is being deceived, that your brain is being used in the name of fasting. The people that are telling you to fast, they will not let you know that Christ ate. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you this. These gospel, don't let people deceive you. When you are deceived, you are actually worse than the person that deceives you. And I've tried to show you God's people that being a deceiver, somebody deceiving you, how women you are listening.
Yes, sir.
This is the reason why you women are not as prosperous as men. Nothing is wrong with you. In fact, as a woman, you carry a higher grace. Life. More than. But yet, an average woman is not prosperous. The reason why you are not prosperous, sorry to say, you know, I have a regard for you, is simply because of your ignorance, your foolishness. Because you are nice. An average woman is nicer than a man. But sadly to say, an average woman is more foolish than a man. What did I just say, most people?
An average woman is nicer than, but sadly to say, an average woman is more foolish.
And the reason why, even though you are nicer than men are more prosperous, because they are using their brain more than you. Wisdom to God family. What did I say?
Wisdom is primary.
Wisdom to God is primary.
And because life is about truth, not about sentiment, anytime you use your brain, anytime you use your sound mind, are you with me? Even if it's in a negative way, you will succeed. Somebody who is doing what is nice, but doesn't choose to be stupid. Sisters, do you hear what I have told you now?
Yes,
No matter how nice, if you lose your head, sisters, you will be. I'm not cursing you, I'm just telling you the truth. You are going to fall victim to a man who is going to take advantage of you. And you just find yourself, you can't do anything about it. That's why you see a lot of women and waste the opportunity of being here. In the name of marriage, cannot fulfill their purpose. In the name of marriage, they become a slave to another human being. They were not even a slave to their parents. Yet to become a slave to another person's son, no matter how badly raised the guy is. Just because you think the highest to God is character. Now let me show you a scripture. I'm still going to come back to this encounter with Christ so that you'll be able to see that wisdom is higher than you walking in love. Are you ready for us to go on that journey?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Go to chapter 13 of this same Gospel of John. Gospel of John chapter 13. Gospel of John chapter 13. Gospel of John chapter 13. There's something Christ said here that has to do with salvation. That has to do with becoming a new creation. With our human spirit becoming alive, not just existing like an unsaved person. I read from verse 35 of, let me read 34 and 35. John's Gospel chapter 13 verse 34 and 35. I'll read that, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And see what the scripture says here. It says, a new commandment I give unto you, that you do what?
Love one another.
Love one another.
That you love one another. That absolutely care for one another. Be there one for another. As I have loved you, that you also love what?
One another.
One another. Now, you will see balance here. He didn't say, just love the person alone. Say, love one another. That means that if the love you are showing for somebody is not reciprocal, stop it and walk away. What did I just say love one another means?
If the love I'm showing to another
The love I have for
sister,
sister
I
Christmas
look
is
out and I should stop and walk away.
In fact, you will see that God never supports stupidity. God never is behind you being gullible. God never is behind you allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. You are open to someone, you discover the person who is not open to you equally. Stop. If you have to say relate, but don't tell the person anything again. That is not love that can make you to do that. It is wisdom, it is sound mind, it is you using your brain. Now look at verse 35. I say, by this shall all men know you are my disciples. If you do what?
Have love
one for another. So if you want to know somebody is saved, check, is the person a nice person? Does the person has a heart for people? Is the person a lover? See, let me tell you this. This is another proof of this concept of religion that you need God does not exist. Now I'll explain the concept to you. Listen to me, people of God. If you study your scriptures, what your scripture says is that you cannot love God if you cannot love your fellow man. So, if truly you actually need God, then it's the fellow human being you need. If truly you're serving God, it's by serving humanity. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing, absolutely nothing, that God, we need to give God. It's when we give to people. It's when we are there for one another. That is when you are serving God. Because God is all sufficiency. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense.
Yes, sir.
That's why a lot of us, you might sleep inside the church, inside the mosque, inside the shrine, and God has nothing to do in your life. You don't have an altar of God in you if you don't have a heart for people. If you could be cold-hearted, if you could be mean to people, if you could be an evil person, a monster, so to say, in your mind to people, there's no way heaven is with that person. I'm trying to show you the importance of love here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
But you see, as powerful as love is, as spiritual as love is, as divine as love is, verse 35 of John 13 that you see here says, this is how you can know that you are saved. Is that making more sense now?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you another power of love, another power of being a nice person, another power of being there for people, having a heart for people. 1 John chapter 4, please. 1 John chapter 4. First epistle of John chapter 4. I read from verse 7 and 8. First epistle of John. I want to show you, children of God, that those things that we have is of God, but it's not enough. It's not the most powerful. As a woman, that nice nature that you have is of God, is divine, but it's not the most powerful. Which is why you see good people in this world suffer. That's why you see nice people in this world suffer. That's why you see honest people suffer. It is because they are not using their brain. Why do good people suffer?
Because they are not using their brain.
Because they are not using their brain.
So I want to show you that I'm not against being a nice person. In fact, all of you that you have privilege, that I've had privilege to be your pastor and you have privilege to meet me in person, it's difficult for you to fault my humaneness, being human to people. So I'm sharing this truth with you. I'm not a nasty person. In fact, if you're a nasty person, you will have it with me. And that's why I have the pedigree to be able to tell you that yes, it's good to be nice. Yes, it's good to be a loving person, but that is not the ultimate. That alone is not enough for you to make it. Now look at verse 7 of chapter 4 of 1 John. He said, "Beloved, let us do what? Again? Love one another. For love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of who? God, and knoweth God." Verse 8, he said, "He that loveth not, knoweth not God, because God is love." That is absolutely true. Let me show you another witness in the earlier chapter, 4 John chapter 3, verse 14, which proves that if you say somebody is saved, if you say that this person is Christ, the only way you can prove that you yourself, you are Christ, or somebody is Christ, or saved, is through love and saved. It says in verse 14 of 1 John verse 3, it said, "We know that we have passed from death unto life." Because, how do we know? Because what?
We love the brethren.
We love the brethren. See, that's how we know. You can begin to see that many of those people that sleep in church, that are on the pulpit, that sleep in the mosque, that sleep in the shrine, they are not saved. Because they don't love the brethren. You cannot say you love the brethren if it's only your family you love. If it's only your language person you love, it's only your race you love, it's only the person in your religion you love, it's only the person in your denomination you love, you are not saved. But you see, even as at that, I'm putting it to you, God's people, and please listen and listen good. You could be filled with love. You could be abiding in life. You have eternal life in you, yet you will still not make it. What did I just say?
After believing in love, I might have not
Unless any of us is going to become a liar, you cannot tell me that in your own life or people that you know who are extremely nice people, they have suffered mishap in this life. Is there anybody out there that you have not, that cannot attest to what I've just said? Either in your own life or in somebody there that being nice didn't mean you didn't stop calamity from coming to you. Anybody out there? So all of us, we agree with me that even though you might not be able to know why, either in your own life or in somebody's life you've seen extremely nice people, yet they suffer terribly in life. Do I have a yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we've all seen people like that, even if it's us. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm now telling you, God's people, that the reason why that happens is because the people refuse, even though they were nice, even though they, what's the word? Even though they are like God, even though they are saved, even though they have a heart for people. I hope, sisters, you can see yourself. That's how an average woman is. I say average. There are only women out there, but they're in the minority. An average woman is nice. Just like nice men are in the minority. An average man is not nice. Take it from me, people of God. It's a man talking with you. An average man is not nice. But you will still see, despite a man's meanness, despite men being selfish, being wicked, being mean, they succeed. They prosper, they live a good life. But you see women, despite their big niceness, they suffer till the last breath without any sense of appreciation. Hardly do you meet a woman. By the time a woman is already in her 20s, she's already a story of horror to tell in her life. Some people that express meanness, especially for men. And they now think it's divine. It's not divine, people. Let me now show you why, even though you're nice, it doesn't insure you from sorrow. It doesn't insure you from calamity. It doesn't insure you from facing dangerous things in life. I start from the Old Testament so that you know that this has been God's standard and God does not change. God doesn't change one bit. And the truth does not change. Life's law doesn't change. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. Go. I've called everybody.
Yes, sir.
not been severe, etc. Johnny spoke of that issue. That your call.
Yes, sir.
That call is coming from that reality. Talk it out. Don't answer that. Because it should be joining now that you'll be answering the call. Once you answer the call, you go on them. That's why. Like that hard for the job, not that they calling and you answer. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
On 1 John chapter 3, verse 14, before we were knocked out by the network. After we left 1 John chapter 5, verse 23. Sorry, 1 John chapter 3, verse 40, which says that the only way again, just like we read in John chapter 13 and 5, that you can prove that you're saved is when you have love for people. And I proceeded to ask all of us a question, which all of us answered in the affirmative. That I'm sure we've all witnessed, whether in our own life or somebody else's life, that horrible people can suffer. Sorry, the nice people can suffer. We all answered in the affirmative, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, and I want to show us why that is so. That's why we went to Old Testament, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, please. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Are we there, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is God talking. And God addressed all of us in a very, very personal way. What are the first two words that we see in this Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, please?
My people.
My people.
Again?
My people.
My people.
My people.
Again?
My people.
My people.
That means that God isn't talking don't have any connection with him. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, yes.
God is talking about people that have connection with him. For example, when you say somebody is your people, they're either family or friends, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you call a stranger your person?
No,
No, sir.
Can you call somebody you don't have any form of relationship with your person?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
I need to get a response. It's important. So that we
No,
know that
sir.
you are receiving it very well out there.
Sir.
Now, if you can't call a stranger your person, that means that God is talking about people he has a form of relationship with here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And where we were coming from, John chapter 13 verse 35, 1 John chapter 3 verse 14, 1 John chapter 4 verse 7 and 8. Those three scriptures says, the only way you can know you are disciples of Christ is when you have love for people. You have heart for people. We went to 1 John chapter 4 verse 7 and 8 that you cannot claim you know God if you don't walk in love, if you are not a nice person, if you are not nice to people, if you don't have a heart for people, if you are mean-spirited, if you are unforgiving, if you are never apologetic, if you rejoice at the downfall of somebody else, you cannot say you know God. You see another reason why no religion is from God. Because in every religion, they encourage you to pray for the death of your enemy. Or if you are listening to me, you want to tell me your own religion doesn't preach that, and I will show you it does. It's only in Christ you don't find that. But in Christianity, in Islam, in Buddhism, in Shintoism, you always find death to your enemy. You always find rejoicing when your enemy falls. So, but when you read 1 John chapter 4 verse 7, he said you cannot claim you know God if you are like that. Then 1 John chapter 3 verse 14 emphatically says the proof that you are saved, the proof that you are Christ is when you have love for people. Agreed.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
That means the number one group of people God is calling my people here is referring to you and I. Am I making some sense, people of God?
Yes, sir.
Because you cannot be
Yes, sir.
somebody's person if there's nothing like a relationship. Now, being able to walk in love, being nice, as already says that you're a person of God. But look at this scripture. It said, my people are what? What are the next two words after my people?
Are destroyed.
Again?
Are destroyed.
Again?
Are destroyed.
Do you know that destruction
Destroyed.
is the worst form of calamity?
Yes, sir.
You can be dead and not destroyed. To be destroyed means to be annihilated, to be erased. For a situation being erased. God is saying here that we, his people, can be annihilated, can be destroyed. Listen to me, there's something much more powerful than being saved. There's something much more powerful than you being a loving person. And I'm telling you, people of God, that thing is the knowledge of the truth. Don't waste your life here in the name of religion, in the name of being nice, in the name of you have been there for people. There's something that's higher than that. There's something that is better than that. There's something that will work for you more than, and that is knowledge of the truth. See here, did he say my people are destroyed because they are not my people?
No, sir.
Oh, yeah, I need the answer.
No,
Did he say, my people are destroyed because of their midst of enemies?
no.
Listen to me, people of God. You have it in you as an adult human being and as a saved person. Please listen to this. Let me repeat that again. You have it in you, as I'm talking now, as an adult human being and as a saved person to survive, even if you got no friend in this life. If all the people that surround you wish you dead, you have it in you. And the key is knowledge of the truth. Now, how did I mention? Somebody is saying, but the truth is not mentioned there. Agreed. But we'll research it together. This one says, we God's people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Let's not go to New Testament. Let's see what Christ says in John's Gospel chapter 8. John's Gospel chapter 8. John's Gospel chapter 8. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
See what the scripture says here. This is Christ talking here. And was telling the Jews who, by virtue of being descendants of Abraham, assume and believe they have direct access to God. They've forgotten that once you are an adult human being, genes does not determine anymore. The contract. See, let me tell you, people of God, listen to this. For all of us that still have our mothers living, the best that can happen to you, please listen to this. The best that can happen to you, and I repeat one more time, the best that can happen to you if your mother is a queen material, is a God-fearing woman, and is still in the flesh. The best that can happen to you because of her faithfulness, no evil will befall you. But listen to me. Your mother's faithfulness can never make you prosper. What did I just say?
My mother's faithfulness cannot
Mother's
make me
faithfulness
prosper.
can never be.
You can never, because you are an adult. As an adult, your faith is the most powerful force in your life. Your belief system. What is it that you believe? What is it that you believe as your own portion in this life? That is what is governing you. Did you hear me mention Papa here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Because one tradition tells you that one Papa can bless you, doesn't mean life says so. Then ask yourself, how come it's only in Africa that your Papa you must bless you before you prosper? That's why you carry that control, that slavery, that mindset from family, you carry it to business, you carry it to politics, you carry it to church. Because you believe. It don't start within my family to marriage. How can you, an adult woman, believe you need a man in your life to be blessed. Why only in Africa? What do you have to show for that system of belief? Go and check the few billionaires who are women. Many of them are unmarried. Many of them are divorced. Go and check your records. Some of them even never married. But there is none of these men who are billionaires that don't have the influence of a woman in their life. Shouldn't that show you as a woman that all you need is your legs to make it, not marriage? Because somebody is lying to you, because they know you think. You don't know who you are. Somebody is deceiving you in the name that your pastor, in the name that they are your imam, in the name that they are your Ezimon. They are deceiving you, telling you that God says you must marry. Where did God say that? Even the men that is recommended they marry, God didn't put most there. What God said, it is not the best. He didn't say it's not good. And that's why even you as a man, if you are foolish, marriage will make it worse for you. If you go and put your life in the hands of a woman who is not a God-fearing woman, who is not a queen material, who is not a wife material, you're finished. That's why God didn't put a must there. That's what Christ said. He said, you shall know what? The truth. Did he say you shall know your enemy?
No, sir.
Now, no one answer.
No, sir.
Did he say you shall know your enemy?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Do you see the reason why you are still struggling with your life? Because all you are looking for, who is doing you? What is doing you is ignorance. What is doing you is naiveness. What is doing you is foolishness. Nobody is doing you. Because nobody has it. I know what you are talking about. Did I say you don't have enemies?
I didn't say so.
Did I say so?
No, sir.
No, sir.
But that is what some of you are hearing. When I said nobody is doing you, I didn't say you don't have enemies. The scripture have said it right from when Adam fell. He said, while the earth remaineth, there will be day and night. Day is positive, represent positive things in your life. Night represent negative things. Even if you don't use your hand to bring it, somebody will wish it for you. But nobody, how many bodies, people?
Nobody.
Nobody.
And percentage, what is nobody?
0%.
0%.
Nobody. Once you are an adult, people, I don't know. Do you know that when we believe this rubbish, we are insulting God? God made flesh in the person of Christ, went to his place of birth. He could not do a single miracle. And the scriptures explain. What was there? He said, God, nobody did what? Believed in him. So, you know what I'm saying? When you say somebody is doing you, you don't know what they're saying? That a human being like you is more powerful than your maker. A product like you is more powerful than the company, the engineer that is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
No.
Does not make sense.
No, sir. No, sir.
Let me tell you, the reason why Christ could not do anything because they didn't believe in him. Please listen to this. There's nothing like an unexplained miracle. That's why this unmerited favor doesn't exist. The reason why Christ couldn't do anything is the word couldn't. Even though you read couldn't in the Bible, couldn't doesn't have the power to do it. The word can is a very powerful word. He didn't say Christ wouldn't. He said he couldn't. So if God couldn't, is it not Satan that can? Answer now.
No, sir.
Sir.
Is it Satan that can?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Is it another human being like you that can?
No, sir.
No, sir.
But because you have been conditioned to believe the wrong, you don't know that it's your faith that is making that other person to be powerful in your life. That is the reason why Christ is saying there that what will make you free is the knowledge of the truth. Even the truth I'm sharing with you. If you do see, I told you the last service, your finger. You have to do 5 things with this and with this message you are hearing. As I'm preaching, it's not one of these 5. You must start from this little finger. You must first of all hear. There are some of you who are hearing me now, you will never hear. You know why? As long as you have issue with me, you can never hear what I'm telling you. Listen to me. When you believe people, it's not what they say you believe, it's their person. That's why there are people who tell us the truth we never believe because we have issues with them. And guess what?
What's that?
There are people that will tell you a lie. You can never but believe the lie because of how you take them. That's the starting point. That's the starting point. So if you are hearing that, even if we spend the whole day together, even if you're under my roof, even if you see me 24/7, as long as you have issue with you, what I'm sharing now will never enter you. It will never enter you. It's something contrary that will enter. But none of us is neutral. So that's your first beginning. The second is you must now go and study. Let me tell you something about study. Laziness, what we call laziness, is actually relative. Have you ever noticed that people that you call lazy, they have somewhere they are busy? Have you ever noticed that people of God?
Yes.
See, let me tell you, none of us has the DNA to be lazy. It's what you are lazy in that separates all of us. All of us, we have the DNA to be hardworking. If you are lazy at your work, you'll be so surprised, you'll be busy with gossip. If you don't study what you have heard, you will study religion, you will study culture, you will study tradition, you will study wickedness. That's the truth I'm telling you. Have you not seen that in the same situation, people will pick up lies and somebody will pick the truth? So apart from hearing, you must study. Because there are things, even though you are listening and you connect with me, you believe in me, you will still not get until you go and do your own study. Then after you study, you must meditate. I'm not talking about the way they are in hierarchy, okay? I'm talking about the way they are. I'm not talking about how they are in level of importance. Then after you study, you go to meditate. People say, how do I meditate? I always ask them, do you know how to worry? And the answer is always yes. I said, that is how you meditate. Meditation and worry is the same thing. Meditation, you are thinking about the truth, about the solution. Worry, you are thinking about the problem. That is the difference. As adults, the ability to meditate. Some of us worry. That's why our problem, for all of us, our problem don't go away because that is where we put our DNA through meditation. That's why you will see men. They will be blessed with a fine material. They will never make that wonderful woman their wife forever. Till all their life is destroyed. They could even be blaming. And you also have women who are Jezebel's daughter. They will have a king in their life, but they will never lift up the hand of that king. See, I'm showing you all this for you to know that the body is in your court. Your solution is not in any building or religion. The solution is in you. Now we are called the temple of the living God. That is why African Nigerian culture is so bad, is so devilish. It takes your faith away. How can you be a grown-up person? You are still waiting for a parental blessing, a marital blessing, a pastoral blessing before you can make it. Shouldn't that show that you are not yet grown up? Shouldn't that show that you are a baby in an adult body? What the scripture says, train up a child in the way the child will go. When the child grows up, he will not depart. It is when the child grows up, he will be acting like a baby. In 1 Corinthians 14, that if at all we will be babies or childish, we should only be childish in malice. Things that are not of God, but not in understanding. He said in understanding, we should be matured. We should be men, grown up in understanding. Why? Because that is why each of us is where we are today. No matter the enemy you have, with your knowledge of truth, they can't do you nothing. But as long as you think it's all about niceness, why didn't Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, my people are destroyed because they are wicked themselves? Hello?
Yes.
Why didn't Hosea say that? Yet Hosea said, my people, God's people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's what he said. He didn't say because we are not nice. Look at this scripture. He said we shall know the truth. He didn't say we shall know the name of our enemy. He didn't say we shall know our problem. He didn't say we shall be nice. He didn't say we shall pray. He said we shall know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. See, people of God, listen to this. Don't make a fool of yourself in the name of trying to make a fool of God. This is why that thing called faith is supposed to be you. God gave you to believe in you the way He believed in Him. I know, I didn't say Him. I said He. Did you hear what I just said, people of God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, please. Let me have what I just told you. Let me see whether you got it. I said that faith that we have as adult humans give us that faith for us, in us, not in another person, not even in him, to have in us the way he have in he. You still don't get that, people of God. Okay, if you got it, then what did you get? Repeat.
The same faith that God gave us, He gave us to have it in ourselves. He didn't want to have it in Himself. The way He has it in Himself.
I didn't want to say it himself. Once you say it himself, you will start replacing that himself with somebody else. The way he had it in he. He gave it to prophet for prophet to have in prophet. He gave it to Jide-Samuel. See, listen to me. My faith is not for any of you. My faith is to me for me to have in me. That is the reason why we are facing challenges today, every one of us. Nobody brought the tears in your life to you. Nobody brought the poverty. Nobody brought the joblessness. Nobody brought the stagnation in your place of work. Nobody brought progress. Nobody brought you being on that place. Nobody brought you having a job that the cost is horrible and you cannot, nobody brought that. You brought it by lack of knowledge of the truth about you. That's why of us we are brought up to be bothered about the other person. No, no, and no. You have to be bothered about you. Let me ask you a question so that you understand where other people come in your life. If I fill this container with liquid, maybe with, please look very well now and answer me very well, God's people. You fill this with liquid.
Okay.
When the liquid gets to the brim, when it gets on top, what will begin to happen?
To spill over.
Please get me a drop of water, a tumbler, demonstrate that. I want to illustrate that for all of us because sometimes when we say this thing, you think I'm just making it up. I want to show you the only time that person called, that adult called, your husband, your wife, your pastor, your parents, your children, as long as they're adults, your boss, your staff, your friend, your enemy, that stranger, that neighbor, no matter who that person is, as long as that person is an adult, I want to show you the only time you should have anything to do with them. That's why we are struggling in our life. We're not getting these things. We are still thinking it's about somebody else. Listen to me. Nobody can do you a favor as an adult. Neither can you do anybody a favor. You can only be a blessing to somebody. And I will show you that if you are not blessed, you can never be a blessing to people. You can never. That's why instead of embracing people who themselves are not blessed, run away and stay blessed. That's why so do you know one greeting that don't be saying it to people? Okay. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And if the person is somebody you should respect, okay? Yes. Politely, just say thank you. Or I don't know. But don't ever be saying it. It's an insult to God. Do you know the greeting?
No, sir.
God bless you. It's God. Even me, I'm grateful. Sometimes I would have said an emoticon to people, God bless before I hear what did I just say? Is God our mate? Is God our office messenger? Who are we? Who am I? Who are you? Who are I? Who am you? Who is you? I don't want to drink that.
That cold water, let's take it.
Bring it down. I don't smaller. And the plates that don't follow. Just a smaller side that people cannot see. Sorry for that, we just said the dead illustration. Somebody went to go and bring a bucket of water. Do I want to take my bag? So are we still together at God's people, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I getting through to us?
You are, sir.
You wonder, oh, today's supposed to be Mother's Day. See, you can't understand anything called motherhood if you can't understand this principle I'm sharing with you. And I will know in my spirit when we are getting it. That's why all of us, we can't stay in the balance. That's why the two groups of people, and let me tell you, none of these two groups of us has God in us. You know the two groups of us that is so common in life? Either you are taking advantage of people or people are taking advantage of you. None of them has God inside. We are not here to take advantage of another person or somebody should take advantage of you. We are here to be blessed and be a blessing. Oh, smaller. Oh, I hope everybody can see this now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can social media see?
Yes, sir. Very well.
Very well. So let me put this out. So I hope every media can see it.
Yeah. Yes.
That yes. I hope it's not a sleepy yes. Can everybody see yes or no? Not yes. All right. Beautiful. Even the yes is still saying yes. Okay. Now, I want to show you the only time you should have any business with any adult human being in your life. Starting from me, your pastor. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
If you ever listen to me, life is about God. Even when you think you are blessing that person, you are destroying that person. Anytime you have any relationship with another adult human being and you don't follow this, you are not a blessing to that person. You are actually going to be a curse. And let me tell you, the reason why I'm a blessing to you sharing this word is because I've fulfilled this. If not, I won't be a blessing to you. Are you ready to go?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Be looking, everybody. And start watching. Can you see what is happening now?
Mm-hmm.
What is happening now, people of God?
Water is pouring out.
It's overflowing. Water is overflowing out of it.
Beautiful. When did the water start overflowing?
When the cup was full.
When the cup was full.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, that is how each and every one of us adult human beings are created. You, as an individual, you are this glass cup. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Every other adult in your life, your pastor, your spouse, your boss, your staff, your parents, your adult children, no matter who they are, as long as they are adult, they are like this glass plate. The only time what is meant for you should go to them is after you are blessed. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
I've been telling you, after today, I want to get an update. I would have sent the update, but I want you to get this principle before you see the update so it will help you in your study. 2 ministers. I don't know them, I've never met them. But I've seen one who is an Indian. I've seen a lot of his video on social media. But the other was an American. Do you know what these 2 ministers were saying? He's sharing with you that you have not seen anything yet. One of them explained, one said a vision that he saw. Starting from the pulpit. He even said he saw a minister struck by lightning on pulpit. One preaching. And the minister split into half. I keep on telling you, you have not seen anything. Even though COVID-19 is not from God, okay? But it's an introduction of what's going on. Worse than this is going to come. It's not a call. I'm just declaring the truth to you. That's why I'm telling you, after this, follow those ones who will rush back to those slave camp. Those Tower of Babel, called church building, called mosque, called church. Follow them, called temple, called synagogue. Follow them. You'll see what happens. Life is about truth. And that's why I'm sharing these principles with you. All those people that say, oh, my husband, or you must marry. When an average man, the day he's saying I do, is his last breath. Parents will start warning their sons, don't go near a woman again. When the only men that will stand tall are the one that have regard for women. You see. You think it's me? What have they not accused me? Let me tell you what they have accused your pastor. This last week that passed, some ministers, some of my God, they accused me of being behind COVID-19. They said COVID-19 has answered to my prayer because 12 years ago I went online, I left physical building. And they criticized me that and they made fun of me. Then I said, now my prayer has been answered. Can you imagine? Waiting concern me. Let them go back. That's what I answered them. I said, go back. And you know, let me tell you, don't tell them that I told you this one. Some of them on one were asking for support. Some of them opened up and said, this can I beat them out no matter the amount. I'm not talking about flock, I'm talking about ministers. See, let me tell you, that is how truth is. Truth doesn't change. Even if nobody believes in it, truth is truth. And truth about your life is what you are seeing here. So how can this make sense? Look at it now. Who benefited who? Is it this glass that benefited this plate, or this plate benefited this glass?
It's the
Glass that benefit.
It's the glass that benefited. Beautiful. That is it. That means you are a benefit to every other adult human being online in this life. And the only way you can benefit that other person, be full first. That is why, as a man, if you are not a king material, you'll be a disaster in your marriage. The only time you can earn a woman lifting your hand up is when you're already a king. As a woman too, if you are not a queen material, you'll be a disaster. Because only queen material, out of having sound mind, they are blessed first. Let me tell you, churches, because in church, what are we having today? Beasts pastoring zombies. The pastors are so wicked, but they are smart. That's why they will keep on destroying your fun. You will never fulfill your purpose following them. It's not a curse. When I tell people today they are cursing, which kind of curse? Which man do I have to curse anybody? Listen to me. Why people, let me tell you why you think somebody's curse is coming to pass. Because of your faith in them, the faith you are supposed to have for yourself. That is why somebody will tell you it will not be well with you, and you see disaster for you. Listen to the people of God. Did I show you last weekend? Did I show you last weekend that every word we say will always come back to give feedback? Hello? Did you see it in the scripture? You forgot it. Now you know the story. After I spent hours explaining Isaiah chapter 55, that all of us are adult human beings, when we talk whether death or life, that word is coming to tell us he has done the job. That is why, if you know somebody, please listen. We allow people to die. Hello? What did I just say?
We allow people to die.
Let me modify it, because that's what some of you will look forward to contradict. They allow people to commit suicide. When people want to kill themselves, do you know why? See, I've told you, sir. People will look at the scripture, especially scripture like Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, which says, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them and enemy, pray for them that despitefully use you and do what? Persecute you. And they say this is a wicked God. How can I love somebody that wants to kill me? It's because you don't understand this thing. What you think, we are so corrupted in our mind. When you tell somebody, love this person, do you know what we think you are telling the person? Serve this person. Let this person use you. That is not love. Let me bring back our famous update. That should have even all the people here. I hope you don't have bad belly. Even that have been what you will remind me to bring out. The best in life for life factors. Check life factors. How to love people. It's preparing them now. So can you see on your screen? It's from Life Virtue.
Yes.
You see what I've showed you, how to love people.
Yes, sir.
Loving people is provide ladder for them to come out of the pit. Isn't that this picture and this illustration, are they not saying the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, the guy left,
Yes.
put the ladder in the pit and did what?
Right.
He crazy. Ran for his life. That is how to walk in love. Let me tell you, people of God, are you ready to hear this?
Yes,
This will shock you and play free. In fact, support it with scripture. Where the scripture will tell you, contact what I'm about to tell you. Anytime you love somebody before your own interest or above your own interest, it is not called love, it is called stupidity. What did I say? I should repeat it again for you to say it.
Anytime I love
Anytime I love somebody above of you, beyond my own interest, not all love is stupidity. What my interest, not all love but stupidity.
So, sisters, do you see why you are having challenge now? Are you beginning to see it?
Yes, sir.
Can you see that no Satan is after you? Do you see that you are fearfully and wonderfully made as a woman? And you are saved as a flock. You are not a pastor. It's not a cause. It's ignorant of who you are that is making you never to prosper, only the pastor prospering. Let me even say this. Last week when I was talking about people not sitting down in a group that doesn't pay them. See, there's a balance. There are some of you, listen to me. No matter how much you pray from now till eternity, you will never get a better job. I'm not cursing you. You know why?
why?
Because of the seed of wickedness in your present job. You are doing a job. Because you have a nice boss, especially when your boss is a woman. You have a nice madam. You are rude to her. The Bible says, give honor to whom honor is due. Maybe I should give you a hand of honor. When you are talking about honor, there's spiritual honor, there's parental honor, there's marital honor. Men must honor their wife. You cannot say a woman is your wife and yet you don't respect her. She's not your wife. She's just your slave. But it's coming back to you. That action is going to boomerang, but you will see where you will end. Even though unfortunately some of these women don't wake up to realize that they are the stronger one. They are like this tumbler. That a man in marriage is just the plate. You are the one doing it. But not after. So what do women do? This, I'm not sure whether this will have water. I want to show you what many women do. This is what disgusts people. Are you seeing how the water is falling?
Yes, sir.
Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is what many women do. They will not turn upside down. So any blessing God is putting on them. Do you see the reason why when you have that you can never prosper in that marriage? See the prosperity of God coming to you.
They are not blessed.
Can you see what is happening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you see when you are a slave to a pastor? The blessings of God on you will never stay in you. It will go directly to the pastor. Are you seeing it?
Sir.
That's why women are not prosperous. That's why church members, the congregation is not prosperous. That's why citizens of country are not prosperous. That's why some people working for some companies or some people will never prosper. And let me tell you, some of you have some bosses too. If you are going to make, you better fire that person working for you. Because you are the person paying them, you are the person paying the salary. You will see some people, especially personal staff, just because, especially when they have a nice madam, they take the madam for granted. See, let me tell you, when it comes to work, please listen to me. Am I talking to somebody? Are you ready?
Yes.
Now, don't go here now.
Yes, sir.
See, listen to me, people of God. Your work seniors your marriage. What did I just say?
My work seniors my marriage.
My work seniors my marriage.
What do I mean by that? Is this. If you will not take nonsense in your marriage, then don't take nonsense in your work. That's what that means. How many women can allow another woman touch their husband? How many men can allow another man touch their wife? Yet somebody is playing with their job in the name of, because you are a Christian, they are working because they are nice. Fire them. Sack them. Do you hear what I've just said?
Yes, sir.
If not, this is what you are doing. That blessings of God coming to you. It is almost free. Tell me, I will not spoil all the electrical appliances here. I have never collected that, so let me now not break that big equipment. Sorry, I'm giving you a job to do. How do you still pray for me? Sorry, the water they play. Do you see what happened now? When you allow your blessing that you be inside of you be to the other person, you know it even destroy the person. You know we have to carry the plate away because it was getting filled up. They can't manage it. You that is meant to manage it is you and you. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
That's why in marriage is a king and a queen. Who is a king? A king is blessing himself. In being a blessing, rolling over, that is when. Do you know that Adam didn't get married the first day? Hello. Did Adam get married the first day?
No, sir.
It was when Adam was fulfilling his purpose he got married. That's another proof that until you are full like this, whether you're a man or a woman, that is when you can be a blessing. That's when you should have anything to do with another adult. That is why, do you know there are some people you must not employ when you have your own business? Please be listening. Me, especially in this part of the world, I prefer people to have their own outfit. Because we live in a slave society. People believe in ownership. That's why you see men believe they own their wife. Bosses believe they own their staff. Are you with me? But even as at that, there are some people that are unemployable. If you give them one, what is one? You see one, that they normally say, you give them, so they take a mile. You give them 1 inch. Give them 1 inch. They will take a mile. See, you don't have to be wicked, sack them. You are the one, this glass is from you when you are filled. I only know water this way too. Are you seeing? When you employ people, what you are doing? This is you. This is your staff. Are you seeing it? But the moment God will supply more blessings to you. As long as you are being, God will keep on bringing more. That's how it works. But you will have some staff. Please listen to this. This thing is both male and female. The way I've said the one you are working, they don't appreciate you, leave. Because when they don't appreciate you, They expect you to turn upside down. So that the blessings of God will come into them. The same way that the people you employ, you better start there, if not, you will not get blessed. If not, that your work, that your company will not grow. You know why?
Why, sir?
Because they expect you, and this is you who employ them. This is you, their boss. They expect you to turn upside down. Now, when you turn upside down, Father, am I making some sense, people of God?
Yes, you are.
I want you to get this thing. I want you to see that once you are an adult and you are saved, you have it all.
Amen.
You have it in you. You are self-sufficient like your maker. Did you know the power in what God said that let us make man in our image? Isn't God sufficient?
He is.
That's not the answer. You say yes. Is God? What do social media people say? Okay, God is self-sufficient.
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
So, yes, sir. All right. That's my hand. Is it
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, it's fine, sir. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, let me use backwards. Now, this is how many fingers now? You can see, I can see 7 from here. You can say, I said, this is one hand. This is another hand. Is this hand 5 finger like this one? Bush people.
No, sir.
Or pastor?
No, sir.
Oh yeah.
No, sir.
Is it the bush? Is it the bush people being pastored by the bush pastor that is not clear? Okay. How many fingers is this one? How many fingers is this one?
3.
Is this one a reflection of this?
No, sir.
And you are now saying you are not bush, your pastor is not bush. Of course it's not. That is how it is. When you say you are not self-sufficient, what you are saying is that you are not God's image. If God is sufficient, then you too must be self-sufficient. And what does self-sufficiency means? That is, you need no one to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's a doctrine from the pit of hell that you cannot achieve a thing without a pastor. Then you won't find it in the scriptures. If it is possible, how come Christ couldn't heal people who didn't believe in him? That is to tell you that the reason why that person is frustrating you is your faith in that person. Let me tell you, this principle I'm sharing with you are things I've learned in a hard way. I don't want you to go through. Sometimes, years ago, I was between life and death. I was almost crossing over before I learned that I'm not here to have faith in anybody. Just because I was following people who want to destroy their life, I almost lost my own life. So don't think this thing I'm telling you, it can cost you your life. And nothing will happen to that person that you killed yourself because of him or her. Nothing. Because you are the one that committed suicide. Out of lack of knowledge of the truth about who you are. You are here for yourself. Primarily. It is after you deal with God, with the goodness of God, that others will profit. I'm not sure you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
You say, I thought I must pay my first fruit to who? Christ is the first fruit.
Amen.
And who is Christ?
I'm Christ.
Who did I offend today? Who is Christ? I don't feel look. When did I teach you that Christ is Son of God? Christ is you that you are saved, me that is saved. As long as you are in person, you are Christ.
Yes, sir.
So who should first fruit go to?
Myself.
Me, myself, and I. Me.
Myself.
That means who should spend your first salary?
Me.
Do you see the reason why
Yes, sir.
children still worshiping their parents, flock worshiping the pastor, women worshiping their husband never prosper? That's why you will see the pastor will never tell the flock how rich they are. A man will never tell his wife how rich he is. And parents will never tell their children how rich they are. Because the other one keeps on using God's blessing over them. They turn the back. See, that's what you do. I wish there were two of these. But where will the other one stand? Okay, I will keep on, sorry. But I hope he's not drinking water that was paid for.
It's tap water.
That's true. Because I don't believe in free lunch. So don't go and bring water that is drinking that is paid for, please. It's free water. I want. Now see this again. This is what happens when you are serving another human being. When you believe your purpose is to be a slave to another human being, that you are not complete with that person, this is what you are doing. God will always bless you with daily blessings. Lamentations chapter 3 verse 23. He said, the promises of God are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. Listen to me, as you woke up today, God has already released via your guardian angel the blessings that will make you fulfill your purpose today. For the moment you believe you are supposed to be a slave to somebody, this is what you've already turned your back. That blessing will still come because angels or demons don't say no. Angels don't say no to righteousness, and demons don't say no to sin. So angels will still come. Your own guardian angel that looks like you, even if you barb your hair, it will still look like you. Plait your hair, it will still look like you. So that's why if you see a woman saying that, women they torture them, I didn't say anything. But at that time they fry the hair, braid the hair, the angel will not have a choice. But how will I know? If the angel is Gorimapa and you are braided your hair, he said, oh, no one put to me. The angel to go and look for weave. Sisters, it's well with you.
Amen.
Sisters, I say it's well with you.
Amen.
Did I say don't wear weave?
Amen.
You are prophet, you are not a sister. Wait. So, oh yeah, are we seeing it now?
Yes.
Do you not see that your boss keep on getting blessed?
Yes.
You are in the same position. That your worker is even shining more than you that is paying his or her salary. Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Do you see why that your pastor will shine? You will suffer. So you have turned your back. Everything is going to him. This one is not tight. This one is 100%. You see? Let me tell you something about the Holy Spirit. You will think I did this. It was on the spot. The Holy Spirit used this illustration. The Holy Spirit knew we will all get it today. Okay, sorry. You are already blessed. Just make sure it's free water, please. I don't want a bill after service. For water board, please. Thank you. I hope we are following this illustration beautifully.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to tell you, people of God. When I tell you what I'm about to tell you now, you'll be surprised, okay? But by the time I explain, you will understand. All I've been sharing with you since the service started, God's people.
Yes.
Guess what it is?
What is it?
That is motherhood. Thank you. What did I say I've been sharing with you since the service started?
Motherhood.
You are surprised.
Mother.
I will explain to you now, then you will get it.
Okay. Let's just say that.
Now, look at the hand of Godhead that we have on our screen. Can we see the hand of Godhead?
Yes. Yes.
Now, how many parts do you see? How many parts does a hand, a typical human hand, has?
5.
5.
5.
And this is our Heavenly Father. This is God. This is Christ. Okay? Now, the principle that is being celebrated today, which is the principle of motherhood. And I want to tell you this. I for correct an error. And you'll be so surprised. Go to your English dictionary. What we all think motherhood is about is not even in English. At least English language got it right. Should I tell you what we think motherhood is about?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And be honest. Don't you think that motherhood is about femalehood, being a woman?
Yes, sir. I think.
But
Yes.
I want to tell you, it's not about that. Because if it's about that's duplicate holiday. There's normally Women's Day, isn't it?
Yes.
So how come? Maybe because men so they jump everything together. Call it Father's Day. But the way being a female, being a woman is not necessarily motherhood. Sister, should I shock you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Should I shock you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You don't want me to shock you, sisters. Okay, I will shock you in a nice way. So can I shock you in a nice way, sisters?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Organically, that is body-wise, genetically, let me tell you the mother inside the woman. The mother inside you woman is the womb. Not even the egg, not the ovaries. It's the womb. Organically. That's we are beginning to see. Okay? That is why, men, I hope you are listening. Men, I not go answer to. Yes, sir. They have done meeting with the women. Don't answer which you will not answer.
Yes, sir. So, we are listening, sir.
Instrument, that your staff. It's not the man in you. That's not what makes you a man. That is an example of fatherhood. That's not what makes you a man at all. So sisters, when he wants to pride himself that he can perform, let him know that the equivalent of his performance is the womb you carry, not even the egg. So you men that you think being a man is performance, nalayo is fatherhood. Now you see on your screen the definition of the four. And let me tell you, people of God, I didn't go to English this year what the English word used. In fact, in the scriptures it was mixed up. In the translation, but the original scripture it wasn't mixed up. Now, on your left on your screen, what are the four things you are seeing here? Fatherhood, malehood, femalehood, and motherhood. Is that what you are seeing on your screen, please?
Yes,
Everybody.
sir.
Yes, sir. That's what I see.
And you need to know the difference in all this so that you can understand one, what we are celebrating. Then two, each of these in your life, you can know how to start appropriating it. Okay?
Okay.
Now let me start with fatherhood. Fatherhood means the state of being a creator, a maker, an originator, a designer, an author, an inventor, an architect, a pioneer, or innovator. And that's why today we are going to do a major correction on one of our charts. Now, do you see that once you are an adult human being, you have the father in you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are there not ideas that is just your own? Whether good or bad, whether right or wrong.
Yes. Yes, sir.
In fact, when in John chapter 6, when a lot of people following Christ, they couldn't tolerate the message he was preaching. Just like, that's why I'm always happy when you all choose to leave. It shows that I'm really following my purpose. But Christ said that if they left him, they will leave us. That's why you cannot judge a faithful minister with crowd. But the largest crowd didn't follow Christ. Go and read John chapter 6, 666. John occurred to me now. John chapter 6, verse 66. He said, many of his disciples walk no more. Not as if they will walk, they walk no more with him. After he now told to the disciples. He said, you are free to go. Apostle Paul said, I ain't going nowhere, we're going nowhere because you have the money. Now I asked, okay, what do people think I am, self? Then I said, some of them believe you are incarnate of Elijah, blah, blah, blah. He now told to them, you come, who do you think? Apostle Paul said, you are this Christ, the Son of the living God. And Christ now said, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you. Remember the day I answered a question about revelation. I said there are three sources of revelation. Either it's coming from God via the Holy Spirit, or it's coming from darkness, seducing spirit, or it's coming from you, your flesh. Now that part of us, revelation from us, is what makes us a father. Every adult human being will have that potential. Now, look at the chart on your right. The part of mankind, the adult humans. You see emotion. Please don't look at the placement here. Let's do a scriptural analysis here. Okay? Don't look at the placement. Don't look look at what I'm saying is dumb. I'm just interested in the 5 parts that make adult humans. Okay? Okay?
Okay, sir.
I want us to learn to think. I want us to start learning right from here, fulfilling our purpose. Being filled with the presence of God, feeling this at all with God's presence before we can even be a blessing. Not that we'll be turning apart and every other person will be benefiting around us. Now, how many parts do we see at 5 2? Just like the God, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We see the human spirit. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We see the human intellect. We see the human emotions. The male body and we see the fear. Is that not the 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, God, is that not the 5?
Yes, sir.
I say I'm not saying it in hierarchy, but I'm just mentioning it. So, God's people,
Yes, sir.
please let us think together. Let's all answer this question together. Of that 5 parts of adult humans, I repeat the 5 parts again: human spirit, human intellect, human emotions, the male body, and the female body. Of these 5, which parts is in all of us that is the Father? That is God the Father. Between the human spirit, human intellect, human emotions, the man's body, the woman's body, the part that is creative, that can make something, that can originate, that can design, that can author, that can invent, that can be the architect. It's getting the people back. It's very important now.
I think it's the intellect, sir. Human intellect.
Why did you say it's human intellect?
Because that is where ideas originate from.
Okay.
That's where ideas originate.
Okay. Okay. That's it. I hope we're still together, people of God, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I asked the question and we already have a submission. I asked the question that of the 5 parts of us, I hope we're still together, people of God. I hope everybody that can see what I'm sharing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I said, out of the 5 parts that makes adult human, the human spirit, the human intellect, the human emotions, the man's body, and the human body. Out of this 5, which is the description of a father? And we have a submission that human intellect. And I asked, the person that said it, our sister said, is because that's the part of us that is creative. That is part of us that invents things, that come up with things that are unique to us. So do we agree with that, or somebody has a submission? Please check his social media if there's agreement or a contrary submission. Do we agree with that or not?
I agree.
I agree.
marriage, because that's the seat of the
origin of
Okay. We all agree is the seat, the headquarters of thoughts, the source of our imaginations. All that. Beautiful. I want you all to appreciate yourself. That was a solid job. You see an example of why even when I teach us things, we should still go back and study. I want to get to that point. Please don't think it's a good thing. Being a zombie is not a good thing. Let me tell you what would have made me happier. Can I tell you what would have made me happier than now? Of course, I'm happy the way you are all able to get the answer. But let me tell you what would have made me happier. That in your study, you would have said it's not emotion that is like the Father. It should be the intellect. In fact, that would have been my happy. In fact, that would have encouraged me that I'm fulfilling my purpose. But that what that means is that I'm pastoring thinkers. That will encourage me that I'm making disciples of Christ. But no disciple of Christ is a zombie. The primary mark that you're a disciple of Christ is when you think. So you see why I said we are going to do a major editing today. So you see, from today, in the hand of adult human, the most important is your intellect. And that is scriptural. The scripture says, as a man or woman does what? Thinketh, so is he. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And what is wisdom? Using your son. You now see Proverbs 31 is very scriptural and true. It says wisdom is the principal thing. And in all you're getting wisdom, get what? Understanding. You now see why Solomon impressed God. Because he was asking God something that is like God. The most important part. And God said, I'm impressed with you. You didn't ask what religion is teaching you. Life of your enemy. You know that's what religion has. That's why it's a disaster. Culture, religion, is a disaster from here. People of God, you can never prosper like Solomon. Forget it. When you are praying these demonic prayers. That is why God was impressed with Solomon. Solomon did not ask one for the life of his enemy. We they are teaching you in churches and mosques, in shrine. Is that not why you went to Palawo? Is it not for him to kill your enemy for you? Mm-hmm. Answer now.
Yes, sir.
That's number one. The second thing, God said, I'm impressed with you because you didn't ask for money. What is gospel today? If you are not a millionaire, by the time you are 20, there is a cost on you. So to receive. It's all about money. But Solomon didn't ask for that. In fact, he didn't ask for fame. He didn't ask for power. Rather, he asked for what? Wisdom. Because he understood that fatherhood, which is like God the Father, he has to do with wisdom and intellect. And that's why in the New Testament, 3 John verse 2, the closest apostle to Christ, he said, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou may succeed in all areas of life and be in health, even as your soul, your mind. Let me tell you, go and read Genesis chapter 2, verse 7. After God made the first name God called man was a living soul, according to God. Go to the original Bible. Let me tell you what is in the literal Hebrews that God made man a thinking being. Because that is the reflection of the Father. Appreciate yourself. I'm proud of you today. If I'm encouraged to preach, appreciate yourself. We are now friends now. We are now friends now. We're on the same page now. I'm happy now. I'm encouraged that we are all thinking. You know, say, come, let us what? Reason together. You know, you don't reason with emotion. You feel, you apply with emotions, or you think with your intellect. You now see that the scriptural truth says, deep calleth unto deep is scriptural. That is why once you're a thinking person, God is coming after you. Let me show you. I'm still coming back to this. We say it's about motherhood today, yes. But if you don't understand fatherhood, you can't understand motherhood, okay?
Okay.
But those are the compliments. Genesis chapter 11. I want to show you something about the Tower of Babel. So that you will know that some of you say, it doesn't apply to you. I'm not going to know church anymore. You're so surprised that you have the Tower of Babel. Your job can be Tower of Babel. Your marriage can be Tower of Babel. Your family said that God did it can be Tower of Babel. Somebody say, why did I join online today? You don't. Maybe you watch the record. It won't erase. It will still be there. That's why you will know the truth, and the truth will what? Set you free. There's no anointing for freedom. It's knowledge of the truth that sets free. When those pastors give you anointing so that their business will sell, don't you know it's business? Don't you pay offering after you collect the anointing on, even if you don't buy it?
That's true.
No. Let me tell you what you do, and you think you are free. Instead of you being in custody, solitary confinement in the prison, they allow you to go and play football in the lawn. Oh, you are still in prison. You are still in the prison compound. It's only the truth that sets you free and makes you free indeed. Genesis 11. I want you to see today that there is something that is against God's will. And should I tell you what that is?
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Sisters.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sisters.
sir.
I join my faith. I join my faith with you, with the knowledge of the truth. You are free to fulfill your purpose in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
You are going to see something today. Women are being brought up wrongly. And let me tell you, thank God you have mothers who still have young girls. You will see when they are young, they share this thing with boys. But parents kill it inside girls. So this is something from day one. God says, I don't want. Genesis chapter 11. I want us to read it, then I will now show you the thing. I'm hoping somebody will pick the thing. I will settle the person that pick it up before I say what this thing is legal, to encourage others too. I'm reading from verse 1 of Genesis 7. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
And it says,
Yes, sir.
and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. Verse 2. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinning. In fact, let me even say this. Is it not stupid? Does it even make sense that we're on a ball? If you're on a ball, the ball will keep on rotating, it will become west.
Yes, sir. That's true.
But these same liars, these scientists, we call one Middle East, Middle West. Instead of you to ask yourself, but you are supposed to be rotating. If you are rotating, there is no permanent east.
That's right.
There is no permanent west. They know the truth. You are the one that should not be deceived again. I'll give you another one. Remember, I was Koro. I gave you. If not that we're on the flat earth, we are covered by the firmament. Why will the virus spread around the whole earth? Because there's no way of it escaping. But if as a ball swimming in space, you would have gone into space now. They tell you something, I give you that. So what about people at the bottom of the globe now? If you leave the globe, shouldn't they feel they are upside down? If you turn upside down, who don't know you are turning upside down? So they're telling you those ones are glued up. You up, you are glued down. Then you to the right, you are glued sideways. And you too, you believe. If you glue sideways, then all the world now see whether you will float sideways. said to one another, go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone and for mortar. Verse 4. And they said, now we are going to the real thing now. And they said, go to, let us build us what? A city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make ourselves what? A name. That's what it's all about religion. But that's
A name.
But this is that I'm doing. So that would be what? So that would be what? Scattered abroad upon the face of the whole land. Listen to me, people of God. This statement is anti-God. When God created man, he said, let us make man in our image and let them have what? Dominion. Verse 27, I said, so God created man in the same male and female. In fact, that word should be that be male and female. Go and check it. Issachar and whoever. It should have been father and motherhood. That is what makes you human. It's your intellect and emotions. I hope you are following. But that's not what you even want to bring out here. So the next in verse 20, God now said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish and refill and scatter. Do you notice that religion is about containment?
Yeah.
That's another reason, sisters, you are not prospering, because you are contained inside somebody's house. You are contained in somebody's vision. You are contained. Let me tell you, that is why religion is not of God. Because you are contained in a pastor's vision. You are contained within a religious leader's vision. God didn't create you to be contained. Do you notice that men that are contained with their wives in marriage, they are not contained? And they are the one that should be contained because they are the one that want to marry. They are the one that should make the woman. They are not contained. Those pastors that are containing you, have you ever seen a pastor being contained? See how flamboyant they live. Have you ever seen a politician being contained? The rules they give the masses, have you ever seen them fulfill it? Parents.
Yes, sir.
Parents.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please set your daughters free. It is not of God to raise up your daughter to be contained. No human prospers under containment. The scripture says, when there is no vision, anybody that doesn't have vision cannot prosper. You cannot have vision, you cannot be visionary when you are contained. If you are not secured as a, if you are damaged as a parent, don't damage your children. In fact, some can even see what is worse. You will see some parents, because they are damaged, they not even contain their sons. Let me tell you, male and female, man or woman, boy or girl, we are not designed to be contained. What did I just say, people of God?
Yeah.
I am not designed to be contained. I'm not designed to be contained.
Have you ever noticed? Go and check whether male or female, people of domestic abuse, marital abuse, they are always moralistic people or religious people. Go and check. 100% victim are people that have been raised with a mentality that it is normal to be contained. God didn't create you to be contained. If you are living a contained life and you are happy, you are suffering and smiling, and you are either going to break free one day or you're going to die. Because that is not in your DNA. Nobody is designed. And let me tell you, anybody that loves you will set you free. Anybody that loves you will invest in your freedom. Anybody, in fact, whether you're a man or a woman, the day you marry and you marry right, the freer you become. If as a man, as a woman, you are not freer after your marriage. If you're a man or woman, after you are saved, after you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord, you are not freer than before you are God saved. Go and check it. You are either not saved or you are saved. You are not saved. If you are saved, you will get out of that prison called church. That is one of the reasons why African Nigeria is black. I saw a news on one of the international news media today and it made me sad. Do you know the news? Should I tell you the news?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
They were talking about this pandemic, this COVID-19 pandemic. And you know the sad fact? The sad fact is that people of color are the largest victim of COVID-19 virus. And the interesting thing about that report, about that research, that is the interesting.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's not just in countries that are multiracial, like the United States. Countries where people of color dominate, even at the top level of government, they are still the highest percentage of victims. Do you know why?
Why, sir?
Because the African has put on themselves the mentality of containment. An average African is brought up to be a slave. Be honest with yourself. How many of you have seen a white girl in micro mini skirt and you complain? Or your own sister, your own daughter, your own wife, your own mother, we only hear mini, you will shout. I shout, oh yeah, oh no. Have you not done that? But you will see a white girl, micro, not mini, micro, which is shorter. You will not see anything to it. Do you know that that mentality African carries into workplace? Go and meet Nigerians who are working with foreigners. In Nigeria, outside, you are now sharing posts that they are treating you in China. Why would they treat you? When you are here, I said they are treating you. Do you know how much peanuts foreigners pay Nigerians in Nigeria? And you will see how they will be dedicated to that job. Let their fellow Nigerians employ them. Pay them what is more. They will say no. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense.
Yes.
Go and do your research. In fact, if you ever get anybody that will answer you, they will not take you for granted. Despite that, just because of your skin color. Just because you are nice. It's that mentality of containment. Do you know how many people, you'll be shocked, how many people during this Islamic fast will be ready to damage their body in the name of one holy month? If your brain is not snapped, has not snapped, why should your God be a true God and only 1 month in the year that he answers you? And he only answers you by starving yourself. So what is for you? Am I talking with somebody?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Do you know how many of the so-called Christians on the Sunday morning that will starve and starve their children in the name of you are going for first service? Children have suffered. And you say God is in that. How do you go to an average home? One year will grow up. Is the man, and go and check it. Many Okay, brothers, you want me to call you brothers? Okay, brothers. So if I say Satan, you answer. Okay, brothers. Listen to me. Yeah? There's nothing you can do. Grace of God on a woman's body supersedes your own. And I want you to do any brother out there, if you have access to the Google, yes. Please put in. Now I want it, but I don't want me to say it. Put in on Google. What is the average heartbeat of the heart of a woman in a minute? They also put there the average heartbeat of a man. Please tell me loudly, I won't be the one. And this one, I'm not the one. I'm not the last time I went to school, I didn't read medicine. So I cannot alter that fact. I hope you have the assignment I've given you, brothers. So after you find out, you now come and answer me who should contain who. Whether the person that the heart is beating faster. You already have the answer. I thought prophet says he already has the answer. If somebody already have the answer, I prefer men to give me the answer. So that they will not say sisters change the figures. All right. So any man out there, once you get it, let me know. And let's ask ourselves, somebody whose heart beats more than the other, is that person more stronger than the person with a lesser heartbeat? And one stupid, one foolish, one ignorant tradition, religion, custom, culture will tell you otherwise. And you, the stronger one, you will not believe. And you say you have not disappointed God. And you say you are designed to be contained. Tell me somebody that is contained prospers. Tell me somebody that is contained that is an achiever. Let me tell you, this intellect is what makes us human. What did I say makes us human? Intellect is what makes us human. It's the primary, most powerful part. It's a reflection of God the Father. It's a reflection of God the Father. And it's both gender, it's male and female. That is why our imagination can invent good, can bad. Can build, can destroy. Do you know that one of the best technologies, most powerful technology in the world today is nuclear technology? Or should I tell you the truth? That is the number one technology that has destroyed the most. That is how powerful the mind of man is. Because that is the indicative of God the Father. That is fatherhood. And let's go to motherhood. See, today's about motherhood, okay?
Yes, sir.
So brothers, don't forget the assignment. You must answer that assignment before we are done today, okay? Now look at that. Let me now say male and female. Male says being a starter, an initiator, a mastermind, an instigator, a motivator, a discoverer, a beginner, or a ringleader. Do you now see the reason why? Even though marriage is male and female, which puts other fatherhood, are you with me? But the male part of marriage is the man. It's the man that should start it. That's why Isaiah said it cannot work when a woman wants to initiate it. Why you think it's working for you is because you have turned your life as a tumbler upside down. And no blessing is coming to you. It's coming to that guy because of how you have been programmed. That's why you think it's working. It cannot work. A woman that marries a man that that she's interested, he is not interested, cannot work. It cannot work because the man is the starter, is the initiator, is the mastermind, is the instigator, is the motivator, is the discoverer, is beginner or ringleader. Some people are dropped. How you are following the people of God?
Yes.
I can't talk male without talking female. Now, what is female? Female is a finisher, ender, concluder, completer, closer, culminator, winder up, or consummator. You now see the reason why angels or demons are female now. These things are not human. These things can control. Why? I need to see what you are doing. That you are not the center of the goal. What's happening? That's
All right. Okay, sir.
suspecting that you get you also. That's why your sense of emptiness is impaired. Don't do anything with it. I'm not center of the core. See if I job to be at the center. Center for let's see. So strange. I hope everybody can see and hear me at their various centers.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So let's go back to screen, please. So being male means a starter, initiator, mastermind, instigator, or ringleader. Being a female, being a finisher, ender, concluder, completer, a winder up, or a consummator, which is why women are female in marriage, angels or demons, they are female in life. Because if you look at the hand of woman, right away, the female body is definitely female. So the difference between us humans is in our body. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Using your sound mind is not because you're a man or woman. Being emotional, rightly or wrongly, is not because you're a man or woman. All the brothers are still searching the Bible to tell me the heartbeat of a man, average heartbeat compared to that of a woman. How you are still doing that? But let's look at motherhood.
Yes.
And look at motherhood, people. It says motherhood is the state or heart of being a guardian, a carer, a custodian, a nurse, a guard, a caretaker, a keeper, a warden, a nurturer, an overseer, or and contrary to that incomplete knowledge that assumes female is the same thing as mother-in-law. Like I said, in a woman's body, and as a woman, you're female. The part of you that is motherhood is the womb. And do you know that a womb does not make you the biological parent of a child? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. That's true.
That's why you have surrogate moms. This is surrogate mother, somebody that uses her womb to carry your child, but it's not her child. Because motherhood is genderless. It's not male, it's not female. But it nurtures. Now, when we're celebrating motherhood today, it's about celebration of what you're supposed to care about, what you're supposed to guard, what you're supposed to care for, what you're supposed to oversee, what you're supposed to defend. And I'll give you examples of motherhood in life. The first obvious motherhood, which I've said, is the womb inside woman, which a woman has been put. A woman can conceive using somebody else's womb. Even there are artificial wombs. And that explains that life is about truth. That's an example. You see some people when they want to deal with your brain, hello, they will tell you, these sisters, listen to this, you can kill yourself out of stupidity. Somebody is telling you that don't do cesarean section because it's a cause. Since who? So what about people that were born in test tube? Which cause is on them? Where is it written? On the forehead. When the two wonderful great men that God used me as a raw material to bring them to this world, when they were to arrive, the doctor told us that he has to be by C-section, and they explained why. He said because they have the weight of singleton. The total weight was 6 kg. And ask any doctor how big is 6 kg. And if you are not a monster, how do you want to tear a woman and allow 6 kg to pass? It's about us. Because the scripture didn't say so. Didn't mean that medicine have not started way back. Because the scripture says that the Hebrew woman didn't stay long in labor. Unlike the Egyptian. Didn't tell you that they didn't go through C-section. These great guys were out within 5 minutes. It was by C-section. You know how many people have lost their life and life of the new child? But they are walking by faith. I don't call it walk by faith. I call it by walking by idiocy. Walking by stupidity. Life is about loss. You see some people will be teaching you, don't take medicine. So what about Apostle Paul, the greatest apostle, who told Pastor Timothy, drink a little wine for your stomach's sake? How about that? Let me tell you, until there's new earth, there are some things that will not happen on earth. Because when Adam fell, it's not just spiritual nature of every adult that changed. This natural realm was corrupted. Things don't last in its original way. That's why the healthiest of people on earth are freshly born babies. Newly born baby as I'm talking now. The moment a baby is a day old, his genes or her genes is not as strong as when they were just born. That is it. That is why you see scientists have decided that the richest source of DNA is the placenta from pregnancy. And that's why you see women, they use animal placenta to treat their hair, to reverse aging process. Somebody is out telling you that, oh, there's a miracle. If there's a miracle, why did Christ sleep? They'll be telling you they are a miracle. Tell them not to sleep, whether they will not go on. That's why you notice, go to their salon. Most people in that salon are religious people. And it started by them not sleeping. The scripture says God giveth his beloved sleep. And an example, the first example of motherhood that we see, people of God, is Christ, the living word. In John's Gospel chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the word, or the will, or the plan. And this plan, this will, was with God, and God was the will. That's why I always tell you that Christ is the only person called God in the entire scripture. And if you go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4, say there's only one God, the Father of all. And Christ, only one, the Savior. Now when you look at word of salvation, creation, management, which is what Christ came, does that fall under motherhood?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That falls under motherhood. Reading on, verse 2 says, this plan, this same will has been in the beginning with God. Verse 3 says, everything was made. And there's nothing in existence that was made outside this plan. So what other figure is motherhood in existence other than the living word, the logos, the plan of God, which is a person Christ? So that's the first example of motherhood. Second example of motherhood is Adam, adult humans. What did I say? The second example of motherhood.
Adam, adult
human.
And I want to show you. Go to Genesis chapter 1. So that you will know today that henceforth, when they are celebrating motherhood, it's a celebration of Christ. It's a celebration of yourself as an adult human. Don't forget the definition of mother. I'm still keeping it on the screen. So that when we are seeing this motherhood, different levels of mothers, examples of mothers, we'll be able to compare the definition. Now see, when God talks about mankind, Genesis 1:26 says, and God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over what? Over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, over the cattle, and over all what? The earth. And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the face of the earth. Is that what your own scriptures to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. This is my question. Is it man that created the fish?
No, sir.
Is it man that created the birds of the air?
No, sir.
The cattle?
No, sir.
The earth entirely, the natural realm?
No, sir.
But yet, God says, let them have dominion. Is that not God saying, be a guardian over the earth? Be a carer.
Yes.
Be a custodian. Be a nurse. Be a guard. Be a caretaker. Be a keeper. Be a warden. Be an overseer and be a defender. And to show that God means business, in Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, when God now formed the first man, see, and the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to do what? To dress and keep it. Of these four things that you see being defined there, which one fits dress and keep? Is it fatherhood? Is it being a male? Is it being a female? Is it being a mother? Genesis chapter 2 verse 15, it says, and the Lord God took man and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress and to keep it. Now, when God told man, your job on earth to dress and to keep, is that reflective of a father, of a male, of a female, or of a mother?
Of a mother.
I didn't hear that. Motherhood.
Motherhood.
You see the second example of motherhood in existence. First, the other person of the Godhead. There are only two personalities in the Godhead: God the Father and Christ. The place of Christ is motherhood because He is the manager of life. God the Father is the creator, but Christ is the manager. Motherhood is about management. The second mother in life is every one of us adult human being. Do you see another reason why God is that needs you? Because God wants you to manage the earth. You see how you ought God. When you are coming back to God, God, I need you. When He needs you here, even when they ask Christ, teach us how to pray. What is the prayer? Thy will be done where? On earth, as is already done in heaven. His Father in heaven. You and I, adult human being, we are mother on earth. Are you seeing it now? His Father in heaven, you are and I are what? Mother on earth. I'm saying it in hierarchy. Highest mother Christ, followed by every adult human being. The next motherhood is the church. Now, why is the church the next? Because the church is the link between adulthood and Christ. What did I say the church is?
The link between adulthood and
Now let me tell you, people of God, what Adam actually did. Adam managed the night. Adam was the failure as a mother. So when Christ came and gave back to the church, gave back to the body of saved people, you know our responsibility. It's like, I think in establishment, I think directorships, seniors, managers.
yes, sir.
The management, seniors, supervisors, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, Christ, the living word, the other person of the Godhead is like the director. Okay? Adult human being is like the supervisor. The church is that management. That is why now I'm telling you what is going on in the world, in your world, around you, is not caused by Satan, it's caused by you. It's not even caused by that your family member who are not saved. It's caused by you that is saved. You say, oh, I'm not a wicked, but I come wicked. Because you believe it. You empower the person that wish the wickedness. If not for your faith, it won't happen. Because you are the third mother, the church is the mother existence. You are the manager of life. That's why Christ said we are the salt of the earth and light of the world. Listen to me. Because you are not evil doesn't mean you are not the one that gave back to COVID-19. By your choices, by your unreasonability. But because you are part and parcel of the church, you can make things happen. Let me tell you, every government on earth is a product of the body of Christ. If the church, see what Apostle Paul said in 1 Timothy chapter 2. He said we should always pray. He told the Apostle, he said, let prayer be offered primarily for in authority. And he used the word there. He said, so that we can lead. The true leaders is the church. That's why when you are saved, you have been promoted from being a supervisor to a manager. You hear what happens when you get saved?
Yes.
What am I talking about?
What
is lower than supervisor?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is it, please?
Yes, sir. Can you please go over the illustration again? Then I didn't get the part about the church being the link. I didn't get that clearly, sir.
I said Christ is like director. I think what I said, director is the highest.
Yes, sir.
Okay, after directorate is management, which is managers.
Yes, sir.
After manager is what? Supervisors. After supervisors, clerks. Good. In fact, let me tell you this, people of God, because of what Adam did, when you are not saved, you are even a clerk. The supervisors are angels or demons. What did I say? The supervisors.
Angels.
Angels.
That is why every unsaved adult there is under influence of angel or demons. They yield to them. They cannot command them. That's what the fall of Adam did. But when you are saved, you have become a manager. And I've asked, isn't manager higher than supervisor?
Yes,
sir.
That's why that wicked unbeliever in your family, in your place of work, whether your boss or your staff, in your marriage, whether your husband or wife, in your family, whether your parents or your children or your cousins or your relatives, as long as they are not saved, they are not the one causing mishap. You are the one causing mishap in your neighborhood. Because if you don't command that demons, the demons cannot come. Because when you get saved, you have been delivered, you have been promoted, and everything is double promotion. You skip supervisor level and go straight to manager from clerk, which you have. That's why in Ephesians chapter 4, he said, every adult human being who is not saved, they are hopeless and godless. Why? Because they cannot determine anything of their own. Forget all these prayer people pray in religious houses. When people are not saved, they didn't determine the answer. It's one Christian, so either by ignorance or knowingly, allow Satan to steal or angels to bless that unsaved person with the answer. Here, all I've just told you the truth, God's people.
Yes, sir.
We are the ones making it happen. That is why, even though we are the third mother, but we are higher than the second mother, which is adult human being. You get it now?
Yes, sir.
And the reason is because Adam's fall upgraded Satan to supervisor level. There was a role exchange. So once you are not saved, you drop to clerk. But once you are saved, you get double promotion to manager. Not just that you are above unsaved person, you are actually above angels and demons. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In fact, you are at the same level with Christ. That's even the truth. But he is just like the most senior manager. Even if I'm making some sense. It's like generals, and he's like the head of state. He's like the commander in chief. But once you are saying all of us are generals, you get it?
Yes, sir.
The angel of demons, they are colonels. You understand? Then unsaved people, they are sergeants, they are majors. The women are majors, the men are sergeants. Or some men say, last corporal. Or if I'm using the academia, Christ is Professor Emeritus. How we are following people of God?
Yes, sir.
Every one of us that is saved, we are all professors. Or leaders. Leader is associate professor. So we are all leaders. So when you are fulfilling your purpose, you are now a full professor. But Christ is Professor Emeritus. So, before leader, you have lecturers, ba?
Senior lecturers.
Senior lecturer, then lecturer 2, lecturer 1, the assistant lecturer.
Lecturer 1, the lecturer 2.
Okay. Is the lowest?
Higher.
Okay. Is higher than 2?
Yes.
Okay. What's the lowest assistant lecturer?
Graduate assistant.
Graduate assistant. See, when you are not saved, you are a graduate assistant. Okay? Graduate assistant. So angels and demons, they are the assistant lecturer, they are the lecturer, 2 lecturer, 1 senior lecturer. Are you with me? But the moment you are saved, you have become a professor. And we have seen what happens. But it's all about taking care of Am I making some sense? What's the next level of motherhood? Let me not gamble. Time is going. The next level of motherhood is parentage. I don't mean as per conception. I'm talking about upbringing. That's the next level. And let me tell you this, people of God. Hello?
Heaven has
When you read the 10 Commandments, especially that commandment with the prophet says, honor your fathers and your mother. Fatherhood is about parentage. That is the people that their DNA came together to have you. Are you with me? The conception. Motherhood is about the upbringing, people that raise you up. That's why you see some culture will say, go and look for biology, but there is nothing like that. As long as the motherhood is there, yeah, you are safe. Do you hear what I've said?
Yes, sir.
That is why it's not only your biological parents. People have been there for you as a parental figure. People have nursed you. Let me tell you, some of us will be blessed today if we have honored those teachers that taught us well. Than honoring one biological parent that abandoned you. If you are a parent and you abandon your child, you are no more a mother. And let me tell you, you will be blessed, even though they are not your child, but you adopted them and you raised them well. That is motherhood. Am I making some sense, people of God?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Another kind of motherhood you have is active pastoral office that people don't know. Being people's pastor is not what people think it is. See what the job of a pastor is. A pastor is a guardian, is a carer, is a custodian, is a nurse, is a guard, is a caretaker, is a keeper, is a warden, is a nurturer, is an overseer, is a defender. How many ministers are doing that? That's why there are ministers that you should never follow as your pastor. You know why? So they are not doing this for you. That's why it's a higher grace when a minister, whether called as apostle, prophet, evangelist, or teacher, can step in the pastor's office. What it means to be a pastor is motherhood. How many examples of motherhood we have now? 5. They will have some professions that are motherhood. The nursing profession is the profession of a mother. Don't we have male nurses? That means even as a man, you can be a better mother than your wife. If you are there for children than her. Because motherhood is about upbringing. And you begin to get it now. And let me tell you, there's an area of your life you should be a mother. I can tell you that is. And that is where I believe we should all focus today. If you don't want to think, let me tell you, your purpose, you should be a mother over your purpose. The purpose is from God, is divine. He is the father of your purpose. But guess what? You as an individual, you are supposed to be the mother of your purpose. It's your responsibility to guard your purpose, to care for your purpose, to be a custodian of your purpose, to nurse your purpose, to keep your purpose, to nurture your purpose, to oversee your purpose and defend it. Am I making some sense now?
Yes, sir.
Is it getting some clarity?
Yes.
Should I also tell you another thing that you be a mother of and you should celebrate today? Your work, your career. The scripture says, let him that do not work do not eat. Listen to me, as an adult human being, the anointing for what I've told you is work. Celebrating Motherhood Day is celebrating the hard worker. And when you have a means to work, just using this illustration again, even if you have a bad boss or you are working a bad, it's your faithfulness that will generate a better job. God never rewards a lazy person a better job. And listen to me, no matter how much you are, that job is taken away from you. That seed of laziness is going to backfire. You see, a lot of people think it's just about connection. You're so surprised when you understand this principle of motherhood. When you are faithful in little, you see how God will open up frontiers for you. To the point that your present job will not even be worthy to untie the shoelace of your new job. But it's all about understanding that as an adult human being, you are mother over your life. As a safe person, you are mother over life itself. And if you now see this is why Pastor James was saying, don't look toward being a pastor. Once you have a single soul, a child of God following you as pastor, listen to me. Forget this slavery you are experiencing. What is called Christianity, that's not of God. Let me tell you, it is the pastor that is over the people that follows them as pastor. He is the pastor. That is his job to guard, to care for, to be to nurse, to keep, to nurture, to oversee, to defend the flock that follows them as pastor. You know, if everyone knows pastor, you know, pastors will be few. Because you know it's you that take care, not them take care of you. But you know why many people fall into that trap? But in their own life, they are not a good mother. They will, see, let me tell you, why should you bring a child in this world and you are not thinking the child will be catered for? Bringing a child to this world is fatherhood. See, marriage itself, please listen to me. Marriage, is it not male and female? Hello? Marriage is male and female. It's under fatherhood. But listen to me. Sustenance of that marriage is motherhood. A marriage you cannot sustain as a man, don't go into it. There's consequences. If you know you cannot sustain your influence being under that woman, don't go after her. In fact, many men don't know they're dead because they are living the one who don't know and what. And it's worse. Because it's anathema before God when an individual is under your control, when they don't know who they are. That's why the best people that we should all surround ourselves with, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, our people can say no to you. Our people can walk away. That is the best people you should surround yourself with. It is evil, it is darkness to surround your people with people that cannot say no to you. It makes you a beast, not a being. What did I say it makes you?
A beast, not a being.
A beast, not a being.
And please, God's people, stop accepting people relating you. You see some people, when they want to do you a favor, others must be there. People must take the picture. They must testify. Please leave that kind of help. That person is not your maker. You'll be so surprised when you start believing in yourself, that having that sense that you are here for a purpose and you are supposed to be a mother over your own purpose. You will see how God will rise on your behalf. That's why I say this containment in religion, in marriage, is not of God. Do you notice? Go and read your scriptures very well. Do you notice that God never talks to people who are contained? It's people that are free. Was he inside church? God met him. Led Philip the evangelist to go and meet him in his own chariot. Cornelius, a general. Is it a church they went to? Was it not Apostle Peter's house? If that temple, if that mosque, if that church building is where God died, how come God didn't direct people to them to get healed? When Christ healed the sick, was he inside hospital? Was he not on the street?
Yeah.
Did they come inside any church?
No, sir.
Building? But it's because we don't realize these forces. Now, there's another very important personal model that all of us can relate to. And I want us to look at this illustration on our screen. The parts of adult human. And I want us all, the way we rightly answered and picked the part that is like God the Father as our intellect. Which part of man? The human spirit? The human emotion already answered for your intellect. The male body or the female body? Can you describe as a guardian, as a custodian, as a caretaker, as a keeper, as a warden, as an overseer, as a defender? When you are keeping secret, when you feel bonded to somebody, when you are keeping to yourself, when you are defending somebody, which part of this form do we do that?
My emotion.
Beautiful. It's an emotion. Do we all agree with that? That is emotions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means that today it's not just a celebration of Christ. It's not a celebration of being an adult. It's not just a celebration of being saved. It's not just a celebration of being a good parent in upbringing of children. It's not just a celebration of management of your dreams, management of your purpose, management of your career. But it's also about your emotions. The scripture says we should guard our emotions with every diligence. And just like the tongue now is our intellect, the next part of us that is powerful, and those two makes us the kind of person we will be in life and in eternity. The warning figure is our emotions. And our emotions is not gender-based. I'm sure we have all seen men that are very loving. Against all odds. When men are not expected to be loving, you meet men that are loving. And guess what? You'll be shocked to see women that are expected to be tender, and women that are expected to have a loving emotion. They will be cold-hearted. They will be mean. Have you not come across that, people of God? So today, apart from those top 5, let's celebrate the power and the place of our emotions. Let's ask ourselves today, people of God, what are the things you have allowed to enter your emotions? Is it the right thing or the wrong thing? Is it pro-heaven or pro-hell? Is it truth or lies? Is it wisdom or foolishness? Is it nice or business or hard work? If I let me tell you the power of motherhood, strength never eludes a mother.
Strength never eludes a mother.
Strength will never elude a mother.
That is a mother, real mother, in any of these areas. That is why what you put your heart to do as an adult woman, you will do it. Nobody can stop you. Even God that creates you cannot stop you. That's what happened in Tower of Babel, the first Tower of Babel. And that's why this present Tower of Babel, me have said it. When this lockdown is over, you will see how people will rush back to churches and mosques and shrine to their own death. You know why? Because their emotion is already set towards it. That is why God arranged it. And the way Christ, I love this. Do you know that it is Christ that is one with God? Beautiful. That is how our emotions too is designed to be one with our mind. That's why you have to watch your thought life. And if the wrong thing has entered your emotion, start ejecting it now by thinking the right thing contrary. Start flushing it out. Because strength never fails the emotion. That's why you see women be dying inside marriage. You will see parents, they will prefer to bury their own daughter in the name of marriage than to have their daughter alive and well. Do you know why they don't see that wrong? Because that wrong belief has entered their emotions. Should I tell you the truth? This will shock you. 99.99999% of God told me is from your emotion. What did I just say?
99.999%
That is why you are excited. That's why when you are happy, anytime you do so, it's the power of motherhood. And that's where I'm going today. And that's where I will end. If there's any question, please, your question.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beautiful.
So we said the adult heart rate
Yes.
is between 70 and 72 beats per minute. While the rate for adults
Hold on, please. I want to write it so that everybody will see that we're not just making it up, okay?
Yes, sir.
I want to put it on the screen so that for the whole world to see that. Pastor did not say this. Why did I this? Why did the pastor did not say this? That this is scientifically proven. For men,
Between 70 and 72, sir.
70 and 72. Okay.
And 72 beats per minute.
For the sisters, I hope all the sisters will come down. Sisters, wear popular glasses. See your own and put the goggles on your hair. Oh yeah, go ahead.
70 and 82.
Come again for
itself. No. 78 and 82.
What will be your own? That's the reason why I said I want the brothers to do this research so that they won't say women tinker with the internet. So sisters,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
sisters,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
you see yourself and you still need men, bah?
No, sir.
Imagine at your age how much your heart has beaten. And you are still strong, kakaraka. That one, his heart has not beaten anything. He's already walking like a proper class cricket. You see how? Does it make sense that a man's body is superior than your own? See it. Do you even know that female animals like cow, people that experience in food business, they said the female cow, the beef from female cow is stronger than the one from the male cow. That's a cow. You see chicken, a small chicken. Chicken doesn't bother about the cock. It bothers about our chicken. You are the one that is running around. So you with the faster heartbeat, slow heartbeat, and brothers,
Yes.
your life again. See the women in your life. Whether they're your sister, they're your friend, they're your colleague, they're your boss, they're your staff, they're your subordinate, they're your wife, they're your girlfriend, they're your mistress, whatever they are. Don't ever see the agitation. When you see women being agitated, don't ever think they are weak. It's a sign that they are superior than you. It's a sign that their heart is beating faster. See, hello. I don't know how you can Google this. Men, this is still your own work. Put on that same word of information that what happens to a man if his heart rate reaches 78 beats per minute. Try and put it. You see what happens to such a man.
The person will collapse. That's what he said.
Oh. You hear me? Brothers, you hear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sisters, do you see that where a man's best stop is where your own worst begins? And you are still, somebody is telling you, one tradition, one culture is telling you that a man can do you a favor. Listen to me, people of God. If I'm doing you a favor, it's because I'm telling you the truth. It's not because I'm a man, sisters. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Even as your pastor, I can't do you a favor as a man. It's as a faithful minister. Sisters, be encouraged. Start seeing yourself the way God sees you. Understand?
Yes, sir.
That means that if a man's heart will beat like yours, they will collapse. That means that if a man wants to make the money you are making, they will collapse. That's why it's the devil that wants to kill you and says you are only meant for the kitchen. Go and even check. The best cook are men. And you know why the best cook are men?
Why?
Because the more you can cook as a man, the more you'll be able to toast a woman. You will know how to take care of a woman. That's the truth. You are not only meant to play football as a man. In fact, you have women that play football better than men.
That's true.
But there is nothing a man can do that a woman cannot do. This is what the way why God created women is to do what men cannot do. That is it. So, sisters, it's not God that is making you not to prosper. It's your belief system. It's the way you see yourself. You understand? Start coming out of that containment. And as a child of God, is your faith in yourself that is keeping you not to prosper beyond your power. There is nowhere in the Bible where it says the apostles were the richest. In fact, there's nowhere. Most of them, when they mention the rich people, that they were the flock. Because when you are a pastor, you are a mother. Do you know that practical mothers, parents that are doing because they're always spending their money on their children. That is why genuinely faithful pastors will not have money. You know why? Because they'll be spending the money on the saved people that follow them as they follow Christ. I'm not sure if I'm making some sense. Right. So, brothers, let's appreciate our women that they have a faster heartbeat. Let's appreciate them. The clap. Oh, yeah. Brothers now. Brothers. Yeah. I didn't say complain. I said just clap. Right. So you see, this is proof that life is about loss. There's nothing that's happening in life that cannot be explained. So sisters, please, you don't have spirit of fear when you see your heart beat. Okay? When you respond to a situation more than a man would do. This is, are you getting it? It's not unbelief, it's not fear. It's just fully and more fully. That is why you will see emotions more than a man will react. Whether in love or hatred, whether in faith or fear, is because of your faster heartbeat. Capish?
Capish.
All right. Any other question, please?
Yes, sir.
Right.
The question says, Sir, Matthew 25, verse 35 to 40 is a typical example of love. But, sir, why do people tag others?
Matthew 25 or Matthew 5? There's something about love there that we don't know.
But, sir, why do people tag others who show love, being nice and sharing things with neighbors as being foolish or stupid?
Matthew 25.
30 to 40. 35 to 40, sorry.
Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Verse 35 to 40.
Yes.
In Matthew 25, from verse 35 to 40. Was talking about what will happen at the end of time. And one of the things that will happen is when people see that they miss heaven and it's heaven. So in verse 35, Christ told them, and I read, Christ told them in that verse 35 of 25. He says, when I was hungry, you did not feed me. When I was thirsty, give me no drink. When I was a stranger, you refused to accommodate me. Naked, you refused to clothe me. I was sick, you didn't visit me. I was in prison, you didn't come to me. The verse 37 now will ask, is even the righteous that will not ask. When did we see you hungry and feed you? When were you thirsty and gave you drink? When did we see you a stranger? Not even people that miss it, those ones that miss heaven. And verse 4 says, and the king shall answer unto them, truly I say unto you, inasmuch you have done this to the least of my brethren, you have done it to me. Of course, this is a perfect example of the love of God, which all of us should have, which is a proof where we started that this is a proof that we are all saved. And if you remember, the people that carries the purest of spirits are people that are called Jerusalem. Who are the people that carry the purest of spirit?
People
That are called Jerusalem. Who are Jerusalem? The poor, the sick, the people that are in prison, the widows, the orphans. They are the direct reflection of God. I don't know of cases where people call people like that foolish when you are charitable, when you are benevolent. The only time you can be foolish with that is if you don't precede it with your sound mind. And I've said it before. Christ preached love, but Christ also preached wisdom. In fact, Christ said we should first of all be as wise as serpents and harmless as a dog. Hold on, God's people. I want to walk on this place. Like that, keep on up. Let me see how that. I hope everybody can see me properly now, please.
Yes, sir.
Janet?
I can see, sir.
We can see the scripture reading back, please.
Yeah.
So, going back to the answer, the only time that we can be foolish while walking in love is when we don't precede it with our sound mind. And specifically, if we are dealing with people who are not Jerusalem. Let me give you an example. Are we ready for this example?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're a man. You see a fellow man who is a king material. Let's listen to this. Having courted a woman who is not a queen material, who is not a wife material, and this man will dress like if they are formalized divorce among you, a man say, oh, doesn't appreciate good things. You now go and court such a woman. You are going to reap what you sowed. That one cannot be called love. That one is foolishness. Or you're a woman, God fearing, and the man you're lifting up as husband you discover that you are not his wife and he's not ready to change, that is at the detriment of your life, your purpose, and your children, and you decide to move on with your life, another woman will now say, oh, you don't know what you are missing. Now agreed for such a man. Now, why I said such an example? Let me cite some spiritual example. You are following a minister as pastor, but you discover he's not preaching the truth. You check out. You discover a minister that is telling the truth to follow. Somebody is persecuting you. They are laying curses and all those things. Or you're a pastor teaching the truth, feeding people with people who are not responding, and you shake the dust off your feet and you move on. And another lies. Now, those are the kind of cases that you should never be of help to, because they brought the situation on themselves. Or you have a business, you have very good hands, you are not appreciating them. They now move on, they leave you, your company, they are now asking for prayer from you. Or somebody, you have a good job, you have a good boss, you took him or her for granted, you now lose the job, they are now saying, they are wishing the person leave. And it's on that kind of situation that you can say people are being foolish. But there's no foolishness here. Because these people that Christ referred to are people that are genuine Jerusalem. They are the sick, they are the prisoners, they are the destitute, they are the senior citizens, they are the innocent children on the street out there. There is no way, and if anybody knows such people, their foolishness, their words of accusation will come. The scripture says, woe unto you that spoil it. But the day you cease to spoil, you shall be spoiled. So in answer to that question, you can never go wrong in being a blessing, in walking in love to people who are genuine needy. I'm God, people of God. Yes. Because it's even wisdom that will tell you that these people need. It's wisdom that will tell you, that will make you to do your investigation, to be able to know that their story is genuine. Let me give you an example. How can somebody that is hungry, normally say a hungry man is an angry, but I don't believe. If the hunger is really hungering you, you will cry, not be angry. It takes strength to be angry. How do I know? Somebody asks you for a favor and you don't give them the favor, the next day they are angry. Did I tell you that they're not genuine? Hello? No matter how much you are hungry, somebody should not turn on you if they are really hungry because you didn't give them. What if you didn't come their way? They know you. Why should that, if not that it's coming from a feeling of entitlement? So I believe that this sacrifice is not what makes people foolish, but because they are doing it to the wrong set of people. That is why there are women a man should never cut. There are men a woman should never lift up his hand. There are pastors the flock should never follow. And their flock a minister should not pastor. There are people that somebody you should not employ into your company, into your place of business. and there are also people you work for. I hope we are seeing these balances.
Yes, sir.
So it's when these balances are not there, that is when that act could be foolish. Not in a new case as reflected in Matthew 25, 35 to 40. I hope the answer is very clear, please.
Yes.
I hope the answer is very clear.
Get the answer. We just came back online, sir.
The answer is nothing is wrong in this Matthew 25, 35 to 40. You are not foolish, or you are foolish not because people say so, but because the act is an act of foolishness. If you are doing what is right, people will always talk. And if you obey scripture, people call you foolish, their own words of foolishness will come back to deal with them. Because the scripture says, woe unto him that spoileth. They themselves will be spoiled. And I said the only time such acts of kindness, charity, acts of love is when you extend it to somebody that is not due for it. And that's why I gave 6 examples. When a man is courting a non-queen woman, or a woman who is a queen is lifting up the hand of a man who is not a king, or who is a king has not made and is not willing to make such women their wives, or a pastor pastoring people that don't follow him as, or a flock following a minister that is not feeding them, that is not saying the truth. When that is not saying the truth, or you are working for someone who doesn't appreciate and is not ready to appreciate your worth, or you are employing people that are taking you for granted because you are giving them a good deal. Unless in such cases, that is when it's a foolish act, but not when it is sincere Jerusalem, people that reflect God in our society, which this scripture reflects. So if anybody is doing what the scripture says, they are in order. They are pleasing God, and eternity is already made up for them. If anybody is calling them foolish, leave them. Their words will come back and pay tithes to their life. They too will be spoiled. They too will be made fun of. So that's the answer. I hope that is clear, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question before we call it a day? Any question on social media? Final call. Any question, please?
No question.
Since there's no question, let me round up with this Rema illustration today. In celebrating motherhood, guard your emotions. The mother figure in adult humans life is our emotions, and it's genderless. But it's a complement to the father figure, which is our mind. Did I see a question? Oh, okay. Please.
The question says, if you feed an hungry friend and as a kind of if you feed an hungry friend as a kind of an act of kindness, but now take you for granted and want more, what do you do?
This illustration is already answers it. The question is, you feed an hungry friend or stranger or whatever, and the person that takes you for granted and wants more. This is the answer. Have you seen the answer on your screen? People of God.
Yes, sir.
The food you gave him that first time, that is the ladder. That is the ladder. The answer is using yourself, pick race. Climbing the ladder for that person, the person you go and walk. The person you go and source for his own food. So, anytime somebody takes you for granted, please walk away. You are not here to serve anybody. And thank God for that question, because it will help me to be able to show the, and realize that every other adult human being who is not in Jerusalem, your children are Jerusalem because they are underage. But that adult is not in Jerusalem. That adult is this place. This is you. This is the blessings of God coming to you daily and in every situation. It's only after you are filled. It's only after you are filled and you run over that you should be a blessing to them. Never, under no circumstance, even if it's me, your pastor, never let anybody, starting from me or any other person, your spouse, your parents, your kids, your boss, your staff, make you to be serving them to the point that God is blessing you, it will never enter you, but goes to them. And no matter how much they are filled, it will never enter you. So it's not that they will be filled, you will not benefit. Never. So stay blessed, God's people.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful motherhood celebration, and let's gather our emotions
Amen.
with all diligence.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.